They called him Shina Rambo, a name that made the bravest police officers turn in their badges. He wasn't just a bandit, he was a ghost that could move through walls and dance through bullets. For years, he terrorized the highway from Lagos to Cotonou, leaving a trail of empty vaults and broken spirits. But the most terrifying thing about Rambo wasn't his guns, it was his shadow. Legend says his mother was a powerful herbalist who gave him the secret of invisibility. Before every operation, Rambo would perform a ritual that allegedly made him unkillable. He didn't just rob banks, he invaded them like a military general. His gang was an army. They drove the fastest cars and used the heaviest weapons of the 90s. The police once surrounded him on a bridge. There was no way out, but as they opened fire, Rambo simply vanished. The officers searched every inch. They found the car, they found the money, but Rambo was gone. He became a folk hero to some, a demon to others. The invisible bandit was real. He once robbed 40 luxury cars in a single day, driving them across the border into Benin Republic. The Nigerian government was embarrassed. They put a massive bounty on his head, but you can't catch a man you can't see. Rambo's raids were timed to the second. He moved with the precision of a ghost. He would often walk into a police station just to taunt the officers, disguised as an old man. They say he once ate a meal in the same restaurant as the IG of police and even paid for the officer's drink. But every legend has a price, and for Shina, the price was his soul. The rituals were getting darker. He needed more power to stay ahead of the law. The police finally created a special unit, the Rambo Hunters. They didn't just use guns, they brought their own spiritualists. The chase was no longer on the road, it was in the spirit realm. Rambo's gang started to fall, one by one. His invisibility was being stripped away. He was cornered in a small town near the border. No birds to turn into this time. The shootout lasted for hours. The air was thick with lead and smoke. Rambo was hit. The charms failed. The blood was real. But just as they moved in for the kill, a massive storm broke out. When the light returned, Rambo was gone again. But he left a trail of red. Some say he died in that forest. Others say he found a new life. Years later, a man appeared in a Lagos church. He claimed to be the ghost of the highway. Shina Rambo had died and been reborn as a man of God. He preached about the vanity of the world and the high cost of the invisible life. The police questioned him. The survivors recognized him, but the law couldn't touch a man who was dead. He spent his final years seeking forgiveness for the blood he spilled. But the mystery remains. Was he really invisible, or was he just the world's greatest illusionist? In the 90s, the name Shina Rambo was a death sentence. Today, it is a ghost story told to children who refuse to sleep. A reminder that even the most invisible men leave a permanent mark on history. Rambo was the product of an era where anything seemed possible and everything was dangerous. He wasn't the first bandit and he won't be the last, but he was the only one who turned the highway into the stage for the supernatural. They still talk about him at the border, the man who could turn into a bird. They still look for his mat, the legendary source of his power. But some things are better left buried in the mud of the 90s. The legend of Shina Rambo is a warning. When you seek power from the shadows eventually come to collect. The next time you're on the Lagos-Badagry road at midnight, don't look into the rearview mirror. You might see a ghost looking back, because Shina Rambo might be gone, but the invisible never truly leaves. Follow for more.